Did you know that a sneeze can be faster than several cars? Or that you can measure the size of your heart right where you are? No? Well, get ready to be surprised with the 15 curiosities about the human body that you probably didn't know. We are the Dibalokobeko channel, and we will take you on an exciting journey, full of fascinating facts that will leave you amazed at the complexity and functioning of our organism. So, get ready to dive into the incredible world of the human body. But before we begin, subscribe to the channel. Have you ever stopped to think about the speed of a sneeze? Well, it may seem like a simple thing, but believe it or not, a single sneeze can reach a speed of up to 99.5 miles per hour. That's right, faster than many cars on the road. This happens because a sneeze is a protective mechanism that eliminates harmful particles for the respiratory system. The body expels this contaminated air at such a high speed through the nose and mouth, creating a high-pressure burst. When you try to hold back a sneeze, the pressure increases throughout the sinus area, becoming dangerous, especially for those who already have certain types of illnesses. In addition, if you don't cover your mouth and nose when you sneeze, all of these droplets loaded with germs and bacteria will be spread through the air, potentially contaminating other people around you. So don't forget, don't hold back your sneeze, but always cover it and help maintain the health of everyone. Do you know that moment when one person yawns and suddenly it seems like everyone around starts yawning too? It's a funny scene, and you're probably yawning now too, but did you know that there's a reason for that? This happens because yawning is a form of nonverbal communication that indicates tiredness or lack of air. Instinctively, our brains interpret this communication and make us yawn too, even if we're not tired or in need of air. It's an automatic response that occurs in a large part of people. The duration of a yawn is usually about 6 seconds, but it can vary from person to person. Yawning is common in many animals, including dogs, cats, primates, and even fish, suggesting that it is a behavior that has evolved across many different species. We all blink 15 to 20 times per minute. Sometimes, the act of blinking is involuntary, meaning we don't even realize we're blinking, much like breathing. Blinking is a natural way to spread tears and keep the eyes moist. Furthermore, when we're exposed to bright light or dust, blinking is a way to protect the eyes and avoid damage. So, the next time you blink involuntarily, thank your body for taking care of your eyes. The heart, one of the most important organs in our body, has a surprising size. On average, an adult's heart is about the size of a closed fist. That's right, you heard correctly, a closed fist. Despite being relatively small, the heart works hard to pump oxygen-rich blood to all parts of the body. It's truly amazing how this small organ is so powerful. Just like each person has a unique fingerprint, they also have a unique vein pattern. That's right, the veins of each person are as unique as fingerprints. There are no two people with identical veins in terms of size, shape, and position. This is due to the complex network of blood vessels in our body, which branch and connect in different ways in each individual. And the veins in your body are so important that if they were all laid end to end, they would stretch for over 160,000 miles. So, the next time you look at the veins on the back of your hand, remember that they are as unique as you are. Did you know that the strongest muscle in our body is the tongue? That's right, the tongue is not only responsible for taste, but it's also a true superhero inside our bodies. It's strong enough to break a tooth. Additionally, the tongue is capable of incredible movements, such as rolling up and down, side to side, and even forming a shell. Without our tongue, it would be difficult to speak, chew, and even swallow. That's why we should take good care of it, maintaining good oral hygiene and avoiding habits like smoking, which can cause diseases in the mouth and tongue. The human brain is like a great chef, capable of detecting and differentiating an incredible variety of flavors. Imagine tasting a creamy, sweet, and delicious vanilla ice cream. You can taste the hints of vanilla, feel the smooth and velvety texture, and even detect a slight touch of fresh cream. All of this is possible thanks to the incredible capacity of our brain to process over 10,000 different flavors. Each flavor is interpreted and recognized by different parts of the brain, creating a unique and pleasurable sensory experience. The skin is like a superhero for our body. It is responsible for protecting our entire organism, like a protective cape. And you know what's even more amazing? It's the largest organ in our body, covering about 2 square meters. In addition, the skin is full of sensors that allow us to feel everything around us, such as temperature, texture, and pain. So, we can say that our skin is a true hero that protects and allows us to feel the world around us. Therefore, take good care of your skin, as it is an incredible and fundamental organ for our health. Did you know that just like our fingerprints, each person has a unique iris in their eyes? That's right, the iris, which is the colored part of the eye, has a unique pattern of lines, dots, and colors that cannot be replicated in another person. This fact is so amazing that it's used in security and identification systems in airports, banks, and other high-security locations. It's as if our eyes were a master key to unlock our identity. The human body is an incredible machine capable of producing surprising strength, despite its relatively small size. Did you know that a single human hair is strong enough to support the weight of an apple? Hair is an amazing structure in our body. They may seem fragile, but they are actually incredibly strong. This is because hair is primarily made up of a protein called keratin, which is one of the strongest proteins in our body. In addition, hair is able to withstand extreme forces without breaking, thanks to its scaly structure, which allows the fibers to interlock and stay together. It's hard to imagine that something so thin can have such a load-bearing capacity, but it's a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of our body. The human ear is an impressive organ capable of detecting sounds as small as an atom. It allows us to hear sounds ranging from the soft sound of a water drop to the deafening noise of a jet taking off, from the gentle whisper of the wind to the thunderous roar of thunder. This is possible thanks to a part of the ear called the cochlea, which is filled with tiny hair cells that move when sound reaches the eardrum. These movements generate electrical signals that are sent to the brain, where they are interpreted as sounds. Do you know when you spend a lot of time doing some activity and start to feel tired? Your body needs to rest and sleep to recover. This also happens with our eyes. When we stay awake for too long or use our eyes for extended periods of time, they also need to rest. That's why they can become red, as if they are tired, because they are, and they need a well-deserved rest to recover. The exact storage capacity of the brain reserved for memory is not precisely known. It is believed that the human brain is capable of storing a tremendous amount of information, possibly in the order of petabytes, which is equivalent to about 1 million gigabytes. However, the storage capacity of the brain's memory is not unlimited and can be affected by various factors, such as age, health, and lifestyles. The fingers of our hands and feet are the most sensitive extremities of our body. And it's no wonder, they have the highest concentration of nerve endings, responsible for sending information to the brain about texture, temperature, pressure, and pain. This high density of nerve endings in the fingers is an evolutionary adaptation that helps us perform fine and precise tasks, such as holding an object or typing on a computer keyboard. In addition, the sensitivity of our fingers allows us to detect hot or cold objects and avoid injuries, for example. The importance of fingers and toes is so great that in some cultures they are used for diagnosis and treatment of diseases. Reflexology, for example, is an alternative therapy that uses pressure on specific points of the feet to stimulate energy flow and promote body balance. Therefore, we can say that our fingers are true sensors that help us explore and interact with the world around us, as well as perform important functions for our health and well-being. Now imagine yourself inside your body breathing. Did you know that every time we breathe, we move about 500 milliliters of air in and out of our lungs? Yes, with each inhale, about 500 milliliters of air are drawn into your nose, pass through your throat, and arrive at your lungs. When you exhale, that same volume of air is pushed out, like a gentle breeze passing through your airways. It's amazing to think that this subtle movement happens thousands of times a day, allowing your body to receive the necessary oxygen to function. So take a deep breath and feel life flowing within you. Amazing, isn't it? These were just 15 of the many fascinating curiosities about our body. We hope you learned something new and feel happy about the wonders of our organism. Don't forget to leave a comment telling us which of these curiosities you found most interesting, and also share with your friends so they can marvel at this incredible information too. If you want to learn more about the subject, stay tuned to our channel, because we'll soon be bringing more videos about the human body. See you next time.